Yeah, so let's just get right to the 5 a.m. advisory. That is out with a new track, and the latest is now a Category 2 hurricane with winds of 100 miles per hour, moving to the east-southeast at around 8 miles per hour. Now, here's the track from the National Hurricane Center. That rapid intensification is still going to happen today. By this afternoon, it'll be a Category 3 hurricane. Later on tomorrow morning, a Category 4 hurricane. From there, strengthening by Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday early morning, winds of 145 miles per hour, a Category 4 hurricane. Now, as we get a little bit closer to landfall on Wednesday, it's going to encounter some wind shear. So the National Hurricane Center thinks it's going to weaken to a Category 3, but the impacts are still going to be the same. We're still looking at Category 4 impacts, especially with the storm surge for the west coast of Florida. So the latest tropical advisories are now beginning to roll out to parts of Florida, where we have a hurricane watch in effect just west of Orlando, including parts of Sumter County, all the way down to Polk County, and of course the Tampa Bay area. Tropical storm watches in effect for parts of the Big Bend area and down in southwest Florida. Nothing here for our inland counties at the moment, but that will change as we go throughout the day today. And some of those latest models favoring Orlando and areas north as a potential kind of cut through. So something to watch. What you need to know right now is that you need to finish your preps today. Tuesday, tomorrow, last minute preps, get them done, because by Wednesday afternoon and evening, the storm will arrive, giving us higher impacts. And Eric, one of those impacts will be the potential for some power outages.
And that's always what gets just so difficult, kind of adding insult to injury, right? So based on the current modeling, based on the current forecasting, we're thinking that much of the West Coast will have widespread power outages, and more than likely that'll start to sneak into Sumter, Lake, even Polk counties. But for the rest of Central Florida, power outages are likely, again, because of all of the trees that could have limbs fail, etc., and just the idea of how much wind we're discussing. But looking at the trajectories now, we're looking at a storm surge, at least modeling. We're not getting into forecasting just yet, probably will in the next hour, but modeling is showing storm surge 9 feet or greater here into the Everglades, and some of that includes the Captiva, Pine, Sanibel Island areas here around Charlotte Harbor, but even into Tampa Bay. A storm surge of 9 feet cannot be ruled out. The exact kind of angle of impact is going to really play in. Further to the north, into the Nature Coast, we're looking at a 6 to 9 foot storm surge in spots, and then tapering the further north we go. So it's all going to be about actual impact zones. Based on the current thinking and forecasting, for Sumter County, max gusts, we're looking at about 80 miles an hour there. For Osceola County, including the tourist district, max gusts are into hurricane force, and even here into Brevard County, we're looking at max wind gusts of about 75 or so miles an hour. This morning, Brevard County, nice and quiet. There's a live look at the port. It's going to be a cloudy and damp day, just like yesterday, on again and off again. But the big hurricane conditions are still several days away. Meteorologist Kelliann, Klass, and I are going to go review the very latest from the Hurricane Center just coming out moments ago. We'll have a full wrap up in just a few moments.